The cage keeps spinning, and the headlines are moving even faster today. We are jumping straight into the recovery mission for UFC light heavyweight champion Carlos Ulberg, who is facing a long road back to the octagon. After suffering a tough ACL tear during his massive title win, Carlos Ulberg is officially hunkering down at the UFC Performance Institute in Las Vegas to start his rehab journey. Dana White has confirmed they are taking it one step at a time with the champ and have no plans to vacate the belt while he heals up.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next up, the promoter war is heating up and everyone is talking about it. UFC boss Dana White and Matchroom boxing leader Eddie Hearn are trading jabs, and Paddy Pimblett is not holding back his thoughts on this bizarre rivalry. Paddy Pimblett called the whole feud teenage girlish, while noting that both Dana White and Eddie Hearn would probably make more money fighting each other than their own athletes. It is a wild situation, but for now, Paddy Pimblett is keeping his loyalty with his boss. We are also keeping a close eye on the highly anticipated octagon debut of Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson. Dana White has officially ruled out a top 15 opponent for the heavyweight prospect when he makes his big debut at UFC 329 this July. The goal is to make sure Gable Steveson gets the right experience without being thrown into the deep end too early. The UFC matchmakers are scouting for the perfect matchup to test his skills in his first real test inside the cage. Finally, we are looking at a heartwarming move from the top of the UFC. Dana White has stepped up in a major way to support the recovery of Tumbler Ridge shooting survivor Maya Gebala. By offering to cover top-tier medical care at a world-class facility in Los Angeles, Dana White is ensuring Maya Gebala gets the aggressive rehabilitation she needs. It is a powerful gesture for a family going through an impossible situation. If you want to keep up with all the latest fight news and beyond, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Ever wondered what it actually takes to be a champion? It isn't just the walkout or the gold around your waist. It's the brutal reality of what happens when the adrenaline fades and the damage sets in. Carlos Ulberg is currently living that reality, just weeks after capturing the UFC light heavyweight title. The Kiwi star is facing a grueling 9-month to year-long recovery after surgery to repair a torn ACL, an injury he sustained just 2 minutes into his title-winning performance against Jiří Procházka. Let that sink in for a second. He fought for a world championship on a busted knee and still managed to land that fight-ending hook. That is the definition of championship grit. Now, the focus shifts to Las Vegas, where Ulberg is beginning his rehab at the UFC Performance Institute. Dana White is staying typically optimistic, emphasizing how the pie acts as a safety net that keeps fighters from stalling out in their recovery back home. And for the fans worried about his status, White made it clear there have been no talks about stripping the belt or booking an interim fight. The promotion is giving the champion the space he needs to heal, which is honestly the right call for a guy on a historic 10-fight win streak. We're witnessing a fighter at the absolute peak of his craft, and this injury is just another hurdle in a career that looks eerily similar to the greats. Will he return with the same explosive power, or will this long layoff change the trajectory of his reign? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the world of MMA. True greatness is often defined not by how we fall, but by how we claw our way back to the top. Ever wonder what happens when two of the biggest egos in combat sports decide to go to war? Paddy the Baddy Pimblett just gave us a front-row seat to the madness, and he isn't holding back. While attending a Matchroom boxing event in Liverpool to support his teammate Molly McCann, Paddy found himself caught in the middle of the increasingly toxic and honestly hilarious rivalry between UFC boss Dana White and boxing promoter Eddie Hearn. It has reached a point where Paddy, a man who usually has plenty to say, is calling the whole saga very teenage girlish. It sounds like high school drama, but the stakes are actually kind of fascinating. We've watched them trade verbal jabs for months, especially after White made moves into the boxing world and Hearn pivoted by becoming the manager for UFC heavyweight champ Tom Aspinall. When Hearn boldly claimed that a grudge match between the two would rake in over 1 million pay-per-view buys, White snapped back at a recent event, flat out calling Hearn a F***seeking bum who spews nonsense. It's peak combat sports theater. Now Paddy isn't blind to the irony here. He hit the nail on the head when he pointed out that if these two actually stepped into the ring, they'd likely pocket $30 million each, a payday that pretty much none of the actual fighters on their rosters are seeing. It's a stinging critique of the business model, isn't it? When asked who takes it, Paddy kept it professional but loyal. While he admits Hearn has the reach, he's backing his boss. Dana's going to spark him out, he joked. At the end of the day, Paddy expects this storm to blow over, and honestly, he's probably right. It's all noise until the next big fight card. But I want to hear from you. Is this rivalry just marketing hype, or is there genuine bad blood here? Drop a comment below, and let's get the discussion going. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fight news that actually matters. Remember, in this sport, the biggest fights often happen outside the cage, but let's hope the action inside the ring remains the main event. Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson is finally heading to the UFC, but don't expect him to be thrown to the wolves just yet. There has been a ton of buzz about whether Steveson would make a massive splash by jumping straight into the deep end of the heavyweight division, but Dana White is officially pumping the brakes. In a recent press conference, the UFC boss made it crystal clear. Steveson is not getting a top 15 opponent for his debut this July at UFC 329. It is a smart move when you think about it. White drew a direct parallel to the CM Punk era, reminding everyone that UFC jitters are a very real, very paralyzing phenomenon. It does not matter if you have stood on an Olympic podium or dominated in high-level wrestling. The octagon is a different beast entirely. We have seen plenty of elite athletes fold under those lights, so Dana is playing this one by the book. Steveson is currently 3-0 in MMA, with every single win coming by way of a first-round finish, but he is still essentially green in the world of professional cage fighting. Before he touches down in Vegas, he is scheduled to face Alexander Romanov at a smaller event in May, which will serve as a final tune-up for his high-stakes transition. It is the classic slow-roll strategy, protecting a massive prospect while letting him gain comfort before the pressure of the rankings takes over. Will this cautious path turn Steveson into a heavyweight titan, or is the hype train moving a little too slowly for the fans? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button if you want more fight updates, and remember, talent gets you into the cage, but composure is what keeps you there. Stay tuned. We often talk about the UFC for the adrenaline and the knockouts, but sometimes the most important fight happens far away from the octagon. Dana White, a man known for his tough-as-nails persona, has stepped up in a massive way for 12-year-old Maya Gebala, a survivor of the tragic Tumbler Ridge school shooting. After seeing the story on the news, White didn't just offer condolences. He reached out to the family to offer something truly life-changing. He's offered to fly Maya to the U.S. and fund her treatment at some of the world's most advanced medical facilities in Los Angeles, Houston, and Seattle. As a parent, you'd do anything for your child, and when Maya's mother, CIA Edmonds, shared the news, it highlighted the desperate, understandable search for the best possible care for a daughter suffering from significant brain trauma. It's a move that bridges the gap between our different healthcare systems. While experts like Dr. Judy Ills rightly remind us that Canada boasts world-class pediatric care, there is an undeniable peace of mind that comes with accessing highly specialized, private neurotrauma clinics when the stakes couldn't be higher. The Gebala family has officially accepted this offer, and while they face the fear of the unknown and leaving their support system behind, they're choosing hope and an aggressive path toward recovery. It's a powerful reminder that even in the face of senseless tragedy, human kindness can step in to provide a lifeline. We are all rooting for Maya's recovery. If you appreciate hearing stories where people use their platform for good, hit that subscribe button. What do you think about the power of private healthcare in these extreme scenarios? Drop a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going.